Hi, this is Bart Franse from LeadBoxer, the online lead and customer data platform. We call it a platform because it's more than just a single tool. It's a layer of technology that you can use for sales, marketing, and customer success. So, what is LeadBoxer? LeadBoxer is a platform, as I mentioned, where we basically track all the behavior of all the people communicating with your website and your email, etc. We identify them, we enrich, we score, uh, basically enabling us or yourself to transform into insights that you can use. So, how does LeadBoxer work? So the first thing we do is we discover. We discover, basically track all the online behavior of your website, your email, your campaigns, your forms, your logins, anything that can be measured, we will try to measure. And from that data, we will identify both the companies and the persons visiting your website. Now that we have their behavior and their identity, we can create some segments, basically giving you filters that you can use to filter out and create different kinds of segments. For example, new leads, existing customers, job seekers, all kinds of segments. And you can then also qualify and score these segments. So you can, based on their behavior or the profile information, you can give them points and score them. And using that score, you can trigger um, different notifications or updates. So we can send emails, we can sync to a CRM, update a CRM. That's basically the whole workflow of LeadBoxer. If you are in the B2B sector, you want to identify the companies. So what we do out of the box is we try to match every IP address to a company. We can make this work for about 35% of all the people visiting your site. But then the other 65%, they will still remain anonymous. So we've seen that if you start adding start tracking also the forms, the logins, and the emails, we can identify up to 70% of all the people visiting your site and reading your emails. So what we can do with that as well is basically create a complete customer journey. Let's say you send somebody a newsletter, they open it, they read, they click, they land on the website, they start browsing there. Maybe they will download a white paper. That will trigger a new email, etc., etc. We can basically create this complete customer journey, and you can use that in your filters and in your scoring. So this allows us also to create a unified and single customer view. We can now see their habits when they are online, the devices they use. Um, we can actually do cross-device because we also can track emails. We know, of course, what they are interested in because we see the emails that they open and the links they click on, the pages that they visit. And you can add value yourself. You can basically provide the information that you have in your CRM or in your email database, send that to us, and use that again in your filters and in your scoring. This will give you great insights into how people are using your site or your product. And the end goal for most of our customers is to create a steady stream of qualified leads that have qualified themselves with their behavior or their profile information. This slide is basically to tell you that we are fully GDPR compliant. We only use our own technology. We use company information, and the personal information that we capture is always submitted to us, to our data store, basically either by the customer themselves or by you. We don't enrich personal information. We do enrich, of course, company information. So that previous story, but now a little bit more visual. So here in the top, you see the internet with all these different people and groups that you're communicating with, and there's all these different channels that you're using to communicate. What we do basically is we measure all that, where we will identify, we enrich, we score, we trigger, and then based on all these, on basically on the trigger, you can send that information back to the different departments or the people within your organization. And here you see some sample logos of all the tools that we integrate in. And LeadBoxer is like a layer of technology that's all behind here, doing its work. So here are the four top solution groups that we have. Lead generation, either through email or through the web. We identify the people We see what they're interested in, and then with some scoring, you can do qualification. Sales intel is, of course, where you will get some notifications when interested people or companies are doing something. For example, existing customers visiting your site, and then we can send a notification to a key account manager. Enterprise is to route leads, provide custom data, API data, all that stuff. And then marketing features, also important. Um, because we track all the marketing campaign data, we can actually tell you which campaigns brought in which leads. So you can actually validate and verify if the campaigns that you're running are doing well or doing poor. Implementation is relatively easy, but obviously you need to do it to actually be able to use the product. You need to put the pixel on your website. It's best to put a tracking pixel in your emails. This could also be a Gmail or the Outlook plugin. And of course, the forms and the other touch points that you have. The more you measure, the better data you will get. And once we have really good data, we basically the magic happens. Of course, this is not real magic, but it feels like magic because you can get really nice results from it. So these are a couple of the customers that we have. Obviously, they are the largest ones or the most well-known brands, which we can share with you. Um, Thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more, please schedule a call with us and we'll take it from there.